Good morning.
Morning, Houston, Texas. It's Monday, February 26th of 2024 at 6:01 a.m. with Roula, Ryan, Eric, and Sam. Kevin's out today, and so is Ahmad. So
Sick.
if you start calling me right now, I can't help you yet.
I read there's a bunch of kids being sick in the East Coast, like Pennsylvania and stuff.
Really?
It's some virus going around throwing up and stuff.
Like outside the regular stuff we know.
Yeah, diarrhea and stuff. So
Ooh, that's
I'm like,
the worst.
stay away from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Oh, because he's on the East Coast visiting family.
So I'm like, so Ahmad's maybe trickle down this way. Poor guy.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he did a Pennsylvania road trip. That doesn't sound like a mod.
Hey, now.
That's the
We went
worst,
to
though.
Louisiana last weekend to see family.
I think we've all had, like, Montezuma's revenge at one point in our lives.
Well, I don't really know why it's called that. I've never actually experienced that. I
Oh.
just had an upset stomach that made me go to the bathroom, but I would not call it that because I don't know.
But you don't go to Mexico much.
Right,
No.
that is something you only get in Mexico, and it's called that because
I mean, I think anywhere, but
We were there a week last summer, and I think it was the next 2 days before the end. That's when it hit me full force. And I'll tell you, in your relationship,
because it's if you drink the water.
if
is
you
not
get some of the
filtered
water,
there.
and I think because we did this underground cave dive thing, and I think I got a mouthful there, and I'll
That's
tell you,
like ocean.
Wait, that's ocean water. That doesn't count.
yeah.
If
It's
you got a
ocean.
mouthful of ocean water, it wouldn't give you that.
or it
It's
could
probably
have
from
been
a salad.
It could have been those green drinks that we were having at the pool, these gigantic looking things that look like a grenade on Bourbon Street.
Oh, ugh.
But I'll tell you, that will solidify your relationship. You know, if a person really cares about you,
You go through
you
that.
got blasting out both ends. You're well past that point where,
Well, if they don't,
we're going to stay together?
What if they were going to break up with you anyway? And then that happens and they dump you when you get back. You'll be thinking your whole life.
Was it because of the diarrhea?
It was because of that. That's why they dumped me.
You guys are really.
I'm
Well,
not ready
then
for
They
this
dumped me.
talk.
I mean, it's already a topic. We've done this in the past. Like, when is the right time to go out of town with somebody you're dating? Because that's a monumental moment in your relationship.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to travel together. And if you can travel together easily, then things after that will go smoothly.
There's
or he will break
staycations.
up after the travel
See, I
because
think
the person
Roula-
is just no spatial awareness, or there's no time awareness, or whatever it is. You're like, I can't live like this the rest of
Or
my
if they're
life.
a person that likes to, okay, we're going to get up at 7:30.
Yeah, somebody
wants
wants to have a plan versus somebody that wants to just like play it by
We're
ear.
gonna do
I'm on
this,
vacation. I'm
this.
sleeping in.
We're gonna
Get away from
drive an
me.
hour and a half to see those pyramids or whatever.
No.
Well, you
I
know,
can see in my hotel room. I'm good.
you have to make sacrifices. You've got to listen to your partner, not
Yeah, but if you're a person that just likes the beach.
Oh yeah.
And the other person likes to party.
But you say that, I mean,
Yeah.
Or
about
go
like,
on those tours where you got to.
Right.
you say that, you really figure it out. I think it's way easier to be on vacation with somebody than it is like when you're starting to do day-to-day life together, because day-to-day life together is when you really
No,
get to know the
vacation
person.
is a
'cause you're
major
new.
litmus test because of how they travel.
Oh, you're in a
It
fantasy
is not
world.
about the vacation part in the middle. It's the getting to and the coming back is the test, not the middle part.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the middle part, yes, to Eric's point, if the person is like, let's go bungee jumping, we're going to go scuba diving, and you're like, I just want to get lazy and drink on the beach, that's also different. But it's the going to and the coming back that could be the deal
The traveling
breaker.
part, yeah, because if you see bad behavior there, if they can't keep it in check and they're not happy enough just to be with you and they're acting like a jerk at the airport,
I don't think you're
You
getting
say
it.
that. I was just thinking. So I've been watching Love is Blind,
Yeah.
the reality show.
Season 6.
Yeah, season 6, North Carolina. They are at the part, the episode that I'm watching, I'm not doing any spoilers. They're at the part where they have gotten engaged. They finally have seen each other. Now they're basically on vacation together.
Okay.
Living together for the first time on vacation. And then after that, then they go to like a house and they live together. But it's funny because they don't show them traveling. As you're saying, you think that's like the biggest thing.
that's where you really
I
learn
think the
about a
traveling
person.
part- listen to this.
They don't show that.
Do you know the part with TSA
So
can
isn't that
break your
funny?
relationship? TSA can break you up.
That's so weird. I don't see that at all.
If you're
Yeah,
the
I don't
person-
think that's a huge
I see
thing.
the bathrooms and the bedrooms and
That's
snoring.
the thing that
Well,
they
I
really
do.
Travel, big deal. You
highlight.
get drunk at the bar and you get on a plane.
But
and
they
go.
didn't highlight the
Eric, you're
traveling
drunk.
together.
What are you doing? We have to be at the gate at 2. We board at 2:10. We're getting in line at 1:40. Come on, Eric. Why are you drinking? You'd be like, what
I've
is
never had
wrong
that
with you?
problem.
I've never
I was
had
gonna
that
say,
problem.
Erica's
Sounds like
are
Roula
like-
has.
I definitely have seen people yell at each
You
other
two
in
would
the airport.
definitely not work out in the sense of like traveling because Roula's very last minute getting
yeah.
to a
Oh, I
place.
can't stand it. I
Eric
have to
has
have some
get
plan.
there super early. So I
Yep.
guess, but it's funny because you think that's like the biggest thing, but on the show they don't show that. So I'm surprised.
Well, they won't show that because that's I'm not shocked, but they're not showing that. And yes, there is the part about how sloppy you are in the hotel room and all
Yeah.
that. But I'm saying
that's their like.
Or
I
on
have
Packer.
seen-
What if they don't? Like you like to put your stuff as soon as you get there in the dresser
In the
drawers.
dresser, and the other
another
person
person's
doesn't?
like, no, I just live out of my suitcase. What are you nuts? Why would you put your stuff in there?
Yeah, I don't use the drawers in a
No?
hotel room.
No?
Unless I'm going to be there for a week.
So
or
I'm
there for a
always
day
in the
and a
middle of the
half.
night, I'm tripping over your
I
suitcase.
know. I like to put it away, then put my
No.
suitcase in that closet in the back.
So
No.
what you're saying,
No.
Roula, is you don't like to have plans, and not
Also, you're a
organized.
saint.
Yeah. I don't use the drawers. I think
relaxed.
it's-
Are you a
I'm not-
slob, you think?
No, definitely not a slob.
Roula's not a slob.
100% not a slob.
not at home. No,
No, in traveling,
in traveling,
not a slob.
I don't see
Okay.
that.
100%.
She
I leave my
cleans
hotel room. It looks like
everything.
it's clean when the maid doesn't
Okay.
come in
I'm
there.
just asking.
You
I'm
put
not
your clothes
accusing.
up like on hangers.
I
at
do
least?
hang the clothes up that need to be
Oh,
hanging.
yeah.
Yeah, the
But
non-wrinkly
I have,
stuff.
I have zipper. I just came back from Vegas. I have zipper travel
Zippers?
packs for everything. Zipper travel packs. You know those little zipper
Yeah.
packs. So I've got one for like bras and underwear, and then I've got one for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So the shirts, I'll hang them up, but I don't like put my pants and stuff in the drawers.
Did you
I'm
do
there
that
for a
'cause
day and a half.
Oh yeah, day and a half.
We're talking
no,
like
a-
4 days
a
or
week.
3 days.
Yeah, if you're there.
Yeah,
for
if
like
I'm
the
there
better
for
part of a
longer, I
week.
guess so. But
Like when we went for my birthday, did you unpack?
just the things I needed to hang.
Do you think it's because like you're like, there's a fire? I got.
No, if there's a
Think about
fire, I'm
that.
not taking
I
myself.
feel like yours would be more germs.
yeah, totally germs. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, Roula's is germs.
I
I'm worried more about that bed we're laying in.
yes, there is a part of me, Eric. There's a
Thousands of
part of
clothes
people
in
have
the
laid
drawer.
on that same bed that
And-
you're on.
And yes, and
Don't think
there's a
about it
part
that
of
way.
me where if
Don't
y'all
think about it
really
that
start
way.
harping on it, I will never travel again in the
Yeah.
history of my life
Yeah.
because I cannot handle how many people's faces have been in those pillows and on the beds.
How many
and they're
people
actually,
sweat into that pillow?
and there are these things they sell when Bed Bath & Beyond was a thing. You're going to ruin me. I think they have it at Target. I
fine.
haven't crossed that threshold yet because I feel like it's
Do you
too...
travel with your own
Hold on,
pillow?
I'm trying to finish what I'm saying. Jeez. There's a pod you can wear. Like, have y'all seen this thing?
Yes, I've seen
It
it on
is
Instagram.
a
How much?
pod you can wear in the bed.
A
So
pod?
you're not touching the bed.
Explain this. What
It
is a
looks
pod?
like in the packaging, I've never opened it, but you know what I'm talking about, right, Sam? It kind of looks like a little like a hoodie type sleeping bag thing.
Yes.
You get in that and then you get on the bed.
then you get in the bed.
And you sleep.
It's like the one that I saw, it could be different than you, is picture a sleeping bag that's made of kind of like a sheet material. So it's like
Right.
thin.
It's not too hot.
It's not too hot, but it's like a cocoon. And so you
That's a great
cocoon
word for it,
yourself
a cocoon.
into.
How do you
so
breathe?
I'd
you
get
pull up the
claustrophobic.
sheets,
Face is open.
right, in the comforter.
Uh-huh.
You put it in as if you would lay there and then you put yourself in this little cocoon bag.
Oh, that
Yes.
sounds
And then you
terrible.
put the
Cocoon.
sheet on top of it if you get cold, and then you can
Imagine
have
that.
the
You go on a
comforter.
first date,
Yeah.
Like-
vacation,
Trying
and
to
she
be
puts that
intimate.
on. You're
It's
like,
like a sleep,
Well, we're not getting
like
lucky.
a sleep sack for
sleep sack.
baby.
Yes,
but a
with a
human
hoodie thing
with
that
a
goes over
hood.
your head.
It's ridiculous.
And I have not crossed
It's
that
really
threshold
funny.
yet,
That's
but
good.
somebody
Okay.
has because it has been for sale
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
how do they
And
travel? I feel like they'd be ruined.
I'm telling you, I am this
Do they make-
close to just never traveling
Do
again
they make
because of the
pods for
hotel
two?
beds.
That would increase your.
No,
it's just by
one per
yourself.
person. It's
Yeah.
just one per person.
Like individual sleeping bags.
That's not going to be very
and there have
romantic.
definitely been some beds over others that I'm like we went to Caesars for your birthday. That was a fantastic. No, wait, actually, was it Caesars or where did I go? I think it was Caesars. I think the pillows felt really nice and new. They didn't feel beat up. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's the worst. If you feel a pillow and it's like
It's all beat
flat,
up.
you're like, oh god.
And I stayed at
head
Paris Hotel,
indentation.
and that was really good.
Where did we go for Galveston? What hotel was
Oh,
that?
Moody Gardens.
Yes, they just had new mattresses,
I
right?
even told the manager that when we were meeting the
Yeah.
manager after our Mardi Gras thing, I was like, "Oh my God, your beds are amazing. Are they new?" They go, "Yes, you know what? They are new. We just got new beds, and I'm glad you recognize." I go, "Dude, these beds were awesome."
So at
at
that
Moody
point-
Gardens Hotel.
That was nice.
Only a
too.
few hundred people have had sex on those things.
It was great.
Ryan, I mean, are you not going to ever travel again? Because you
I don't
also
have-
are doing that.
I don't have that problem that you do. It doesn't bother me.
That's funny. Like that stuff, I'll shut my mind off.
I have to shut my mind off, Eric, or else I will never go anywhere ever again. I
Like,
will not be
wouldn't
able to
go
enjoy
on
my
Ubers.
life.
You wouldn't go on anything unless it's
I
your-
was just thinking too, like at restaurants. I'm not germaphobe, but at restaurants, I was just thinking, we eat off the same fork.
Yeah, but
And we're
the
drinking out of the-
dishwashers
Yeah,
are
but
high
they
But
All
powered.
if
that.
you think about it,
all it takes is
No.
one guy to forget to wash it, or just go, take that dish rag.
Yes.
wipe it out. Go, wait a minute, that's the rag that was in your bucket.
You know they're not hand washing.
I know, but
it's
if
like
you
these
think,
massive
like, if you
machines.
Cheryl,
really
I mean,
think, if you go down the
anything.
rabbit hole of anything, but that one, you're
Well,
like
unfortunately,
eating
there
and
are people who
Silverware
actually
doesn't
do go
bother
down
me.
that
It's
rabbit
being
hole.
like scalded.
There has
So
to be
it's
someone that doesn't
sanitized.
like silverware
Falls
out
on the
in
floor
public.
once, somebody picks it up,
And then you
puts
just
it
pick
back
it up and
in.
put it up. Yeah.
The only time I've ever
Wow, you
left
guys are
something.
terrible.
Do you guys
are
remember?
terrible.
We're just going to ruin everyone.
Do you remember the Tinseltown right here of the West Belt?
Oh, that was my
they
jam. That was
tore
my place.
They tore it down. There's only one time I've ever left a place in my life, and I was taking my daughter to see a kids movie, and I sat down in a chair, and it's like, And I'm like, what was that?
so
and
gross.
somebody had let their kid throw up in the chair.
It was
They didn't
gross.
clean it. And
Because they don't check that stuff.
You
And
didn't smell that? before you sat
I
down?
didn't. And I said it. I'm like, we're going home, Faith, right
Somebody
now.
had let their child throw up.
I did that
as if
place.
that's
No, but they
possible
didn't-
to
they
let
didn't-
them.
That smell looks real good, babe. Just aim right
just
there.
Right
I'm
on
just
that chair,
saying
not saying
that's an
anything.
irresponsible, but not to tell the manager, hey, we had an accident.
Well, you're trying to
in
get the
there.
kid out of there, get him to the bathroom, and you forget.
Well, the theater, it was on them then.
that theater was going downhill when
Oh, yeah.
it was a snake movie was out there, and then
Snakes in a
Snakes on a
plane?
plane?
they actually had a python loose in that
Oh,
theater.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
You
yeah.
look it up.
There was a python.
was the
loose
worst
in
It
that
was
theater.
because of all the
theater.
rats and the popcorn and stuff.
Uh-huh.
They tore it down now,
That was
but
terrible.
Thank God.
I'm like that's when I stopped going.
If I feel
When
that
heard
on
there was
my leg, oh my gosh, I can't. Now you're freaking me out. I gotta pick my
Well,
feet
we're
up.
officially in the window to win Olivia Rodrigo
Oh, yeah,
tickets.
tomorrow
We'll
night
tell
she's
you
here.
how to get
Whoa.
to it. If you're having your post-cook-off hangover, you get a one-day buffer before the rodeo kicks off tomorrow. We've
Meat
got
sweats.
Olivia Rodrigo tomorrow. We've got a lot going on. We've got a lot to talk about. Here's your weather for today.
Okay, so it's going to be really warm today, a high of 85. You see a little bit of sun out there. Right now, it's already 69 degrees and 612 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Okay, I want to remind you guys that right now we are in the window, started at 6 a.m. for you to win Olivia Rodrigo tickets all day today until midnight. Every time an Olivia Rodrigo song plays, as soon as you hear Olivia Rodrigo songs start playing, you need to call us on our request line, which is 713-390-KRBE, and you will win a pair of tickets for tomorrow night's sold out show. Caller 104. That's how it's going to work today. 6 to midnight, caller 104, 713-390-KRBE. And you're going to score Olivia Rodrigo tickets. I cannot believe that show's already here. It's such a busy weekend because cook-off just finished. Then you have that one-day buffer zone for the rodeo to get the parking lot ready for traffic and then move all the tents out, get the rodeo going. Blake Shelton's here tomorrow night. I wonder if he's already tonight. I don't know.
He was Gwen
Oh, I
was
bet he is.
performing.
Gwen christened the new Carnival cruise
Yeah.
in Galveston
She was
this
singing.
weekend.
I just see the videos for her singing down there and stuff.
I did.
The ship is bananas.
A-N-A.
She was doing the whole.
Yes.
And
She was-
they actually
I did not see that.
They made her
You'll have
the
to send that.
godmother of the ship.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Is there a godfather?
Yeah, what does that even
Is
mean?
that Blake
I
Shelton?
think so. Yeah.
She's
What
the
does that
godmother of
translate?
the Carnival Jubilee cruise ship.
What's that mean? She's gonna have more babies? Like, what does that mean?
Or
No, like
does she
she's the
get free
godmother,
rides
like a
anytime she
godparent.
wants, like for the rest of her life?
Yeah, I wonder if it's
Yeah,
free.
can she?
It's a free
I almost
carnival.
said fly. Can she cruise?
Fly free.
Can she cruise
for free?
I went on a
It's a
ship
big
once.
ship. It can hold 6,500 passengers.
Steffi Graf, the tennis player, she was like
Yes.
the godmother of a ship I was on once.
Really?
I don't know what
Does
it
that mean
means.
she has to be there with you?
an
and
honorary
help
title.
tuck you in at night?
Yeah,
In your little
right.
pod you bought?
She's
for
not going to
that
be on
day?
every
Tennis lessons.
Cocoon.
cruise.
Every video.
Yeah.
Has her
I
face-
also want to remind you guys that we're about to kick off March. I know we're having an extra day of February this year, but when March kicks off, it's National Women's History Month, and we decided instead of spotlighting women in history, National Women in History, we'd spotlight you. Very wonderful female of the Roula and Ryan Show radio family. A listener will call in about somebody in their life who is a fantastic woman. 713-278-VENT is the phone number that you want to call to spotlight somebody fabulous in your life that you feel like needs a little
And I'm
5
going-
seconds of fame.
Going through these right now, y'all make sure you say the person's name because I've heard a few that were
I
unbelievably
want to spotlight
moving.
my mom. She's amazing. What's
And then
her
they
name?
forget
my
to say-
daughter. She's awesome. What's
Yeah,
her
they
name?
forget to say their name. So make sure you
my
say the
say
person's
my
name.
when no one is around you. Say, baby, I love you. And running game. Anyway,
You two harmonize well.
Wow, look at
thanks.
that.
Y'all know that I only watch movies when I travel. That's
Yes.
really when I have time
So
to
what
watch
movies
They're
did you
usually
just
like
watch?
3 years old.
Yeah, I went to Vegas this weekend, and I feel like it's only been basically 2 days. I feel like I was there for a week. Why does this happen to us, Eric? Why does Vegas make us feel like 2 days is a week?
Because it's just a crazy place, man. It's like a time, like with those, like the movie Lost, how they get a fast forward, they go
Yeah.
back in time. It's just, it's a
Well, you've
confusing
been
place.
there twice in a month.
Yes, I've traveled a lot. And
And
I
she
was in
didn't gamble
Virginia
once.
last week. I didn't gamble once. I was with my 12-year-old. I mean, my 13-year-old now. Sorry, she just turned 13.
You're a teenager.
So on Friday, we flew in, and yesterday we flew out. And I was like, The fly-in, we had a newer plane. So it was one of those cool screens where you can touch screen it. And there's like 1,000 movies to choose from. It's awesome.
What'd you watch?
The one on the way back was just DirecTV. So
Lame.
what did I watch on the way going? Priscilla. I don't know why that got stuck on me, but Priscilla. It's some movie that, I don't know. It's like it came
Just
out
came
like,
out on Max.
Yeah.
for free, or Amazon, one of those two.
It's just another Elvis story, but this one is only about Priscilla Presley and how she, from her perspective, met Elvis, convinced her parents to let her date him, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well, I guess I'll just go back to this. I've never seen this. Because
I never heard of it.
I kept getting disjointed, like in my timing of watching it, and you have to have like my AirPods would not connect to the screen, so I was like, okay, I guess I gotta go old school and put their earbuds in.
Yeah.
So that wasn't that exciting, but it's actually like a quote new movie that maybe nobody will ever see. And then on the way back, I had no choice but to watch Dodgeball, a true
That was on
underdog
E yesterday.
story.
I watched it too.
Nothing
Because
wrong
it
with
was
that.
DirecTV, and there's a story about, if you've never seen the movie Dodgeball, I think it's at least 15 years old now.
Oh yeah.
And it's Vince Vaughn, Ben Stiller, his wife at the time, Christine. What's her last name?
She played Marcia on the Brady Bunch movie.
Oh my God,
What is her last
Christine.
name?
She's bald blonde.
Taylor?
from Friends.
No.
Yeah.
So with a T?
Christine Taylor? Yeah, I think that's it. Anyway, so it's really
You're
funny
wrong.
show about a guy who owns a gym called Average Joe's, and he's losing his butt in money, and he's $50,000 in debt, and the only way to get the money back is there's a dodgeball tournament in Vegas where he can put a dodgeball team together and win some money. Maybe he'll win $50,000 and save his gym. And so there's a guy named Patches O'Houlihan who shows up. And he goes, if you can dodge a ball, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yep.
He starts throwing wrenches at them. So that's what Justin Long is in that.
Yeah, he's looks like a little
20
kid.
years old.
It's
Is it
20 now?
It came out 20 years ago.
Yeah.
July.
So there's a story today. This is so random that was on TV yesterday when I was on the plane, because they say, actually, in a new study, despite what the movie Dodgeball says, it is actually harder to dodge a ball than a wrench. Because the wrench won't curve, so you know exactly where it's going. Because the line is, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. You can't dodge a wrench. I mean, you can't dodge. The wrench doesn't move the way the ball does. It is harder to dodge the ball
I bet I could make it
than
curve.
the wrench.
You make a wrench curve?
Yeah, I used to throw wrenches.
Horseshoes.
Horseshoes. Played horseshoes as a kid.
Horseshoes,
Oh yeah,
but
horseshoes is fun.
I don't know.
I'm used to
about a
throwing
wrench.
metal. I can do it.
Here's a direct quote from the story. Of course, we'd hate to disagree with the American Dodgeball Association of America champion, but science says that Patches O'Houlihan is wrong.
Oh my God! Somebody actually took
Think
the
about it,
time
the
to think about
density-
this.
The density of a wrench, the metal weight of a wrench will not fly as easily and lightly as an air-inflated ball, a dodge ball.
I'd be more scared to get hit by a wrench, though.
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
not worried about getting hit by a dodgeball. Wrench, kill you.
So either way, you don't want to do any of those too hard, but definitely don't throw wrenches at your
funny.
friends to try and teach them how to play dodgeball. There's my 2 cents on that. There was also a movie I almost clicked on. It was called Blackberry. Have y'all heard of this? It's about the guys that created the BlackBerry, and it said they were better at their technology than they were at business. So it sounds like the reason the BlackBerry doesn't exist anymore is because of whatever the fail was in their business plan. And I really wanted to click it, thinking, well, maybe this would be one of those stories like a Steve Jobs thing or like a Facebook movie, social network. And I was like, I don't think I have that much time left in the flight, and I don't want to not finish it because I'll never
Yeah,
finish
'cause I don't know where to find it because I want to watch it.
Yeah, it's on the airplane. United has it on their app.
All right, I'm going to go book a flight, guys. I'll be back.
It's not even about like the iPhone or something cool. It's the
But it's interesting to
BlackBerry.
see the BlackBerry because Blackberry was on top.
Oh, yeah, BlackBerry was
BlackBerry
the thing,
should be
man.
up there with Blockbuster. You know.
Well, they didn't adjust with the times.
Well, the story today is that Eminem still uses his BlackBerry to communicate. It was back in 2022. January 2022, the announcement happened where BlackBerry phones would no longer work unless they had Android software. So the phone got outdated in the tech world, but it had disappeared long before that, like most commonly. Like people weren't using BlackBerries in 2022 the way they use iPhones or, Samsung phones or whatever.
People like that feeling, right? The push.
Tactile
Yes, because
buttons.
I used to, I text as y'all know, I'm the worst at texting because all my words get jumbled and it's like translate Roula's text. With the BlackBerry, I never missed because you could feel the letter. It was raised. It was a bubble letter. You could feel it. And so I was like, okay, I know I hit the N versus, just whatever. So I thought that was very interesting. And there was a picture of Eminem using a BlackBerry, and I could have clicked on the BlackBerry movie, but I did not. And let me give you my 20-second review of U2 in the Sphere. People fly to Vegas just to either go see Adele for one night or go see U2 in the Sphere. The Sphere is Madison Square Garden Group's giant venue where U2 had a residency starting in September, and it ends next weekend. That's why I decided to go. A couple weeks ago, I said, you know what? This one has to happen because Adele she has 10 weekends left, and then U2 has 1 weekend left after this
I'd
weekend.
definitely pick you too.
U2 was cool, but let me tell you, Eric, my 13-year-old doesn't know U2 music, so I tried to school her very quickly on some of the hits. And it wasn't really about just U2, it was about the Sphere. the venue
you
is
both.
also the star. But the average U2 fan, if U2 hit their stride in 1983 on the music scene, is that when they hit the music scene?
I mean, they were around,
No,
but
but I'm
they
saying-
hit their stride when Joshua Tree came out.
Right, with or without
That's
you.
87.
Okay, 87, but they started in 83, they said. Like, 83 is when they first started getting, like, acknowledgement, support, like, wow, we're going to be a band. So 83 to 87, tit for tat on that 4-year difference. What's the age group of that person today? 60? 58?
No, probably
56?
50s.
Probably for those people, yeah.
50s to 60s. That is
Yeah.
100% who I was in the sphere with. And that's fine. But I think there's an unknown stat about the sphere of the U2 people who are having seizures from all the sound in all the lights
What?
of this sphere.
It's too much
Is
for
it
them.
really
My
intense?
13-year-old daughter was like, oh my God, my head hurts. Like, she had to like look away and look at the stage because it's an amazing, you're in a globe
So you're saying
of video
sensory
screens.
overload?
It is a globe of video screens, and there's 2 songs where one of them is all these words that are moving this fast. They're moving this fast, fast,
Yeah.
and it's all these words, and it's flashing. It's all these colors.
Seizures and stuff.
And I was thinking, I did not see one warning on the outside of the sphere that says, please warn, there's a warning here. There are certain parts of the show that might be photo light sensitive, or there was no warnings. And I was thinking, oh man, like I was fine. But even my daughter was like, after that, I had a headache. There's another part where there's all these numbers and they're all in a rainbow. It's all these numbers. And it's pretty fantastic. But then it looks like the ceiling is starting to fall down on you and the stage is going up. It's a real cool visual. I had no problem with it. But I can see how other people would have a problem with that. And I'm looking around like, is everybody okay
Wait
around
till
me?
the Grateful Dead and Fish show up and all the people doing acid.
That's what somebody said.
Oh, that
Fish
place-
is the next residency. They got all these people on drugs in the sphere. They're going to have ambulances left and right at the entrances. Because imagine, Sam, if this entire studio was a screen.
Yeah, no.
And behind me, on top of me, to the side of me, it is a fantastic experience. I loved
It's
every
intense.
second of it.
I'm thinking-
But I can definitely see how maybe nobody
could.
stood up. Nobody would stand up. I wanted to stand up so bad.
doesn't
Nobody would
sound-
stand
You're
up.
not really painting a great portrait of it. I mean,
No, it sounds intense, like fun.
No, it's intense. I'm telling you, like it was the most amazing, most epic concert
But
I've been to
sometimes
in
you
my
do have
life.
overload. Have you ever
but
seen-
those 2 songs? I was worried for the audience.
She was not worried about herself. She's worried about people.
Yeah, it wasn't me. I didn't have a problem
have
with
you
it.
ever been to a movie theater where they have the movie wraps around on the sides? Like
Like an
they
IMAX?
they have that in Houston where you can see the screen all the way around you. I went to one of those and that was so distracting. So
Then you
if
cannot handle the sphere.
If you can see it above you, around you, everywhere
It's
you look.
everywhere.
Yes, and it
Basically,
was
it's
the
like
most
VR.
epic concert I've been to in my life because of the graphics, and I was like, "Wow, this is
By the
might be
way,
a problem for some people."
Some people think you were talking about documentary about fruit, the blackberry.
Nah.
Oh, how funny! BlackBerry.
The
No,
phone.
the actual old
the
phone.
actual
Somebody
cell
said,
phone.
Eric, you can find it on Hulu. You have Hulu.
Yep, I'm gonna go find that. I
Go
think
get
Sam.
an Apple
Sam's
TV
password.
has it too. They say.
Hey, next week watch the history of the Etch-a-Sketch.
No, it's it's the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He like shaves his head bald, like with the horseshoe and stuff. He really got into this character. I think he was
Oh,
hoping
really?
there'd be an
Like
Oscar.
his Steve Jobs moment,
Yeah.
or
Wow.
social network
It
moment.
just didn't. Everything's flopping out in the movie theaters.
Unfortunately.
Even Aquaman flopped.
Wow, that movie was retooled a million times.
I'm just saying, like, no one's going to these things
People are
anymore.
sick of superhero movies.
One more time, don't forget, we're in the window for Olivia Rodrigo tickets. Anytime you hear a song from her today between 6 a.m. and midnight, we're in the window. UB Caller 104, you're winning tickets to the sold-out show tomorrow night.
Good luck. Hey, we got to talk about this. People online are talking about hobbies that are red flags. We've been having fun with red flags lately.
Because
So-
Sam likes to run towards them.
Yeah, so-
I've not seen this list.
Yeah,
Would,
so-
would taxidermy be on that?
I don't know. We'll have to find out next on the Roula
Say,
and Ryan
let's
show.
look.
Hey, we've got a few stories here.
I want to remind you guys again, I'm going to say it like every 20 minutes because I know that people are very excited for Olivia Rodrigo's sold-out show, but maybe you're wondering what time are we going to do the tickets. We're doing the tickets every time we play an Olivia Rodrigo song.
You never know when it's going to play.
Right. 713-390-KRBE is our phone number. You want to lock in to your contacts, and that way you're ready to go. When you hear it, you're going to win those tickets if you're caller 104.
I saw a text that put a smile on my face. I love getting these texts every once in a while. They didn't put a name, and I don't know the results, but they said, shout out to you, Eric. I'm 36, going on 37. In a couple months, I did my first colonoscopy.
Oh, good.
Thanks for putting that in my head, that bug in my head. So
Good for
Great.
him.
I'm always pushing for that, people. Especially if it's in your family, you obviously have to get that checked out earlier than most people. But it used to be like you had to be 55. Now I don't even know the age, but I know it's like closer to like early 40s, right?
Yeah, I've done 3 so far.
Yeah, just to be safe. If you get a chance. Sam, you're not there yet. You don't have it in your family, thank God.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Because if you did, you'd be doing it now.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's the whole thing with preventative measure. Good.
So get the colonoscopies, people. If you're thinking about putting it, I'm going to do it. I'll do it in a few months. No, book it today.
I'll say you this much: it's the best sleep you'll ever have.
It does. Whatever those drugs are. They should promote that more.
I need a good sleep. Maybe I'll go see if I can get one.
There you go. It's a twofer. I saw this, Roula. I wanted to talk about this. People online are talking about hobbies that are red flags. I want to read some to you
Okay.
guys.
Oh, all right, I want to hear this.
Now, Sam, what did you say about Sam?
Sam likes to run towards red flags. That is an incentive for her in her dating days.
You
If it was
seek
a
out
red flag,
trouble.
she would run towards it.
So these are red flags when it comes to hobbies.
Hobbies.
Let's see how many of my exes had these.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Would you date somebody and they love to prank people, like mean-spirited pranks on people? That's the number one.
Who's got the time?
Yeah, no.
You
That's
also
much
have to
time on
know.
your hands.
You have to
Just
know.
being mean. It's like why be mean?
You have to know your mate too. Like if you are dating somebody that absolutely hates practical jokes, that'd be a bad thing.
That's number one. Now, being obsessed with celebrity culture, like that's all they do is worship Kim Kardashian.
Like, what's Travis and Taylor doing right now? What's Taylor and
I
Travis
would
doing
think
now?
that's a kind of shallow person.
I'm
I
following
probably
their
wouldn't
jet
be
like
into
that
them.
kid.
I don't think that's.
Like
Big deal.
if that's their whole world 24/7.
I don't know if they like it though. They're not hurting anybody.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear about it.
So let's put that in
all day
perspective.
long.
You have
But
a
if you love them, you
sister-in-law
will.
who
You
loves
just-
Bravo shows, and she'll go to BravoCon. Like, would you call that being obsessed with celebrity culture? Or that's just a
No,
a
that's just
liking
being a
that you
fan.
have?
That's like their thing they love.
I would consider
Right.
that as a hobby, though.
That's
It's a
a
Because
hobby.
you're going
Yeah, I see your
yeah.
point.
to a convention
yes,
of that.
That
like
is a hobby.
Comic-Con,
They like to have
things like
fun
that.
with it. It's better than a lot of things on this list. It could be.
They don't
Yeah.
like sports. They like this.
Yeah, like you want sports. Sports is a
yeah.
That's not
it's
really
a hobby.
hurting
Only if it
anybody.
gets in the way. Like if there's like a breakup story about some big celebrity couple and it ruins them for that day and they can't leave their house, that's a problem.
Yeah,
Yes.
that ruins you. That
pretty
makes a great
bad.
point, though. A lot of guys can't leave their house on Sunday. Football's all day.
Oh yeah, they're like
So-
They gotta watch college football on Saturday.
Right. Or they get really, really mad and they're like,
Yeah, they're ruined for the whole day.
that's true.
Like
Like
they're
I-
actually doing something. They're talking about like people like, oh, Kim Kardashian had a bad day.
What are they
Oh,
doing?
no,
They're
I
sitting there
was
with their
in bed.
fat
What's
ass
the
just watching
difference?
Yeah, what's the
TV.
difference?
There's really no difference.
Just because it's a
One
woman
is a
doing it.
tournament, and the other is just somebody's pretending to be real.
What?
No.
You know, like
No, if you really look up to a celebrity, and
NFL's
the
scripted.
story
Everyone
comes
talks
out
about it.
that
We all
they
know
are,
it's scripted.
What now?
Yeah, look at the Super Bowl.
Just Google-
no,
just
you're
Google-
You're going to be one of those conspiracy nuts. It was all planned.
I'm
It's
saying
all
if you were
scripted.
go
really
down that
into a
rabbit
celebrity,
hole.
Ryan, and you found out that person, got sick or had some problem in their life or broke up with their mate that you love them with so much.
Like we do Scoop
It
3 times
takes-
a day.
Yes, it
we don't
takes
do
over their
sports,
lives.
Sports.
We don't do
updates.
any sports talk. We do entertainment talk all the time on this show. We do almost no sports talk unless it's our teams in it.
Yep, like the
Yeah.
Astros.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the way it should be.
If he's obsessed with politics, or she, that's one of the red flags.
And it's not your side of politics.
Well,
that's a problem.
what if you're both obsessed with it and you're on the same side?
Well, then it's not really. You both have it.
Yeah,
It's not a red flag.
It's not a red flag. But if you're with them and that's all they talk about,
it can
Yeah.
be exhausting.
that'd be annoying. It's like
That's
especially when-
probably breakup worthy, especially if they're not on your side. We've talked to people who are opposite sides
But
of the
they make
coin
it- they
on
make it
politics,
work.
and they make it work. But if one is so far and they just won't shut up about it, I can see how it wears on the relationship.
I don't know. This one should be number one.
Okay.
For hobbies that are red flags. If they're into bullfighting, dogfighting, or anything that harms animals.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah,
that.
that would be a no.
Bullfighting for some reason is more accepted than dogfighting, which should never be accepted. But bullfighting isn't like a thing, like the matador. And
Yeah, you
the,
go to,
and
like-
the bull.
They
then have
kill the
running
bull
of
at
the
the end,
bulls.
Rula.
Do they? I don't.
You
they
run
don't
with the
see-
bulls.
do you
I'm
see
cheering
that
for the
part?
bulls.
Oh, the
Do
running
you
with the
see
bulls.
them kill the bull at the end of
they-
a bullfight?
Put a sword in its head.
Do they?
I think they put all
I've
those.
never seen
It's
that.
got a bunch of sticks in it.
Yeah,
Like,
to slow it
stab
down.
'em. It's awful.
It's savage.
Really?
Awful.
I have, y'all,
can't.
and honestly, for like real life, I have never seen a bullfight. I've never seen it on TV. All I've ever seen of bullfights
I don't think they televise
is from
it.
cartoons and all this stuff where the matador has the red fabric and it's like Roula. That is all I've seen of bullfighting. I've never done a dive deep on that, a deep dive on what it is to bullfight and what
Don't-
happens.
Don't
with
go
the
down
bull.
that rabbit hole. You don't want to watch that one.
No.
And another red flag is collecting controversial stuff, like Ryan talked about. Taxidermy is on this list as well.
Oh, it is.
Or like serial killer stuff.
Oh, that's
that's
messed
weird.
up.
Murder.
So that's my
Murderabilia.
thing. If like I know a lot of women love those that serial killer porn stuff,
Oh,
podcasts. And
God.
that's not my thing.
Like, for
Serial
instance,
killer
Not at all.
porn.
That's what I call it because you guys are into it way.
It's not pornography about serial killers. It's just he calls it your pornography.
Anything that glorifies
serial killer facts.
That's what it is. Sam, you love it.
The
Murder
morose-
mystery.
Well, no,
That's
I mean-
not my hobby, though.
But what if that was your hobby? Like you're like,
I
you want
can't
to
go
go
out
to.
tonight, babe. There's a new episode of blah blah blah. You
But
gotta
it's
watch it on
fascinating
streaming.
because it can be.
Let's go on vacation to
it can
this
be
place.
Educational.
This place had 10 murders. Let's go to this area and we're going to try and
No, that's
solve
messed
it.
up. That's messed up.
People do that to Dallas. They go there trying to solve the JFK.
What's fascinating because it's a piece of history. But you mentioned like the morose. John Lennon. One of the bullets that killed John Lennon went up for auction this weekend. That's sick. That is sick.
Yeah, if also
Who
that
would
guy
want that?
is showing that off to you, I'm like,
Who would want that?
not impressed with that.
That's horrible. And by the way, here it is, Roula. Bulls suffer a protracted long death in bullfighting arenas. They're
I said we weren't going to go down that rabbit
Yeah,
hole.
I don't
Why'd you
know.
Google it?
Don't.
Just don't even.
Next.
Gambling. That's a red flag.
It is. It is.
I'm terrible at gambling.
What was the
Exactly.
gambling skit?
Yeah.
on
I'm
SNL?
good
the
at
money.
blackjack, but prize picks, I love doing it. And, I just pay like $20 here. And I won like $100 Friday night.
Uh-huh.
That was cool. But
How
then
much do you think you spent, though, to get that 100?
No, I just spent $20.
Oh, that's it?
I paid
This
$20.
one time.
Then,
This one time.
Then the next, I'd made 2 different types of bets. Then I bet $25 to win $320. I got greedy, trying to go for like 4 parlay. It means I'm trying to need 4 things to happen.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, got 2 out of 4.
What about
so
the
I lost.
SNL skit about the gambling kings?
Oh,
See
yeah.
that? There was a parody skit about, is your friend ruining his life gambling? Is he this close to losing his house? Well, why don't you have fun with that?
Rock bottom kings,
Then you
it
can
was
bet
called.
on when he's actually going to hit rock
And
bottom
how's he going
and
to do
lose
it?
his house.
Is he going to lose his
And how
house?
he's
He's going to
gonna
try
lose his
and
house.
set his house on fire? What's he going to do to make up for it? It's rock bottom kings.
Yes, and,
my
and
God.
having gone to Vegas this weekend through the eyes of a child, I could only imagine what her feedback was going to be. And the first thing she saw, we were walking through the casino to get to our hotel
Slot
elevators.
machines?
She goes, Mommy, there was a grandma there with a glitter beret on with her little scooter next to her, and she was smoking a cigarette. She just kept hitting those buttons. I wonder how long she's been there. Looks like she's been comfortable for a while. Like,
Oh my
you could tell.
God.
This lady had settled into that slot machine. She had settled in.
That's a dangerous hobby to be.
Okay, coming up
Do with
next,
someone.
there are a lot of people who have been reaching out to us about Walmart and Ryan Chase. In
Well-
a few minutes after the news, you're going to get that
Oh, yeah, I
story.
want to hear about this.
So somebody texted, whatever happened with Ryan and Walmart, just hold on, young Jedi. Have some patience.
Hey, yo. Time for KRBE's Roula and Ryan show to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
Oh, by the way, someone texted, what about Ryan's weird hobby of going to cemeteries?
It's not a weird
Yeah,
hobby. I did it
And
one
taking
time.
pictures
No,
with the
it's a
dead,
hobby.
deceased stones.
You've got many times. You
people's
talked over the years,
tombstones.
like you used to go to where all these people, like the old rascals or little rascals or something like that.
Oh, no.
What are they called?
I
Little
used to live right next to the park where they filmed
But you've
that.
talked about many things, Jimi Hendrix and all these cool things.
You're a cemetery seeker.
The one I want to go in Paris, but when I was going to Paris
I went
last
to-
year, he
I
goes,
went- I went to
you have
Paris
to go
Chase.
see the guy from the Doors.
Jim Morrison's great.
Yeah, I went to Jim Morrison's grave. That was it.
I'm not going to see
That
a
could
grave.
be your hobby. It's cool. My
It's not a
dog's my
I've
hobby.
done it like twice in
You
my
enjoy
life,
it, man.
actually.
You try it.
Ryan's a cemetery
Let's
seeker.
focus
It's fine.
on this story. I want to highlight this young man, Zach Teo of River Oaks Elementary School, just won HISD's spelling bee. The winning word was feticus. Try and take a
Feticus?
guess. How do you spell feticus?
Go ahead, Sam. You go
there's two
first.
no,
ways.
no, I'm not going
I'll go.
first.
I'm terrible at this stuff.
All right, try and spell it.
Feticus? Could I have?
Feticus.
Could you use it in a sentence?
It's another word for corn salad. Like I had a
Well, that's
delicious.
not used in a sentence.
I had a delicious bowl of feticus.
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 F E F A
gonna get it.
T C U S.
No,
Feticus.
Yeah, I don't know either.
FETTICUS.
Oh my God, I should have said that.
That was the winning word.
Oh.
Yeah.
FETTICUS.
I was going to go
I was
PH
thinking
on that
So
one.
Zach's next step.
You're thinking of Ferb, Phineas and Ferb type stuff.
Which way are we using this?
Feticus.
Zach's next step will be the 2024 Scripps Regional Spelling Bee. Every time I hear that, I think of that movie Bad Words with Jason Bateman.
Oh yeah, that was.
Bad
it.
words. I don't know that one.
Oh my God, that
Yeah.
movie's messed up, man. He's an adult. He finds a loophole and gets in a kid's spelling bee.
And he screws with the kids.
Oh, he really messes
Gets in
with the
their
kids
heads to try
bad. Yeah. Hey, the 2024 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo's World Championship Barbecue Contest wrapped up Saturday night. More than 250 teams competed in the 50th annual cook-off. Ultimately, the Taste of the South won the grand prize.
How'd your buddy do, Roula?
I got a text. I just got back from Vegas last night at 9. I haven't texted to see how my friends at
Because
St.
you got
Augustine
second
did.
place last year,
They got
right?
second place last year. I don't know what they got this year. But I should
That
text
makes me
them.
bad. Like, say you're like second, and then all of a sudden you get 10th.
They're
what
like,
the hell?
hey, man.
It's the same thing it was last year.
Different mouths on those judges this
Different
year.
taste buds.
What have
Yeah.
you done for me lately? I had it last year. You're not
Oh,
second
that could
anymore.
be, That could be like, I want something different.
Exactly.
A little more talent.
All right, I'll tell you coming up, man. Oh my God, this whole Walmart thing is messed up.
I will
my
tell you
life.
why Ryan applied for Walmart.
Yes. So what?
You know, it is radio. We got to have a plan B.
Well, it doesn't pay as much as you think.
Radio?
Both of them.
Not in the
True.
beginning.
Right? Yeah,
All right,
look at me.
we'll get the update to
I
the
feel ya.
Walmart story. And if you don't even know what the Walmart story is, we will revisit the Walmart
God.
story next on the Roula and Ryan Show.